Hey YouTubers, wanted to show you guys our garden, do a little update. We're going to be leaving town for a week, so we had to get all our starts in a little early. You'll notice they're really tiny. We just finished building these beds, got the gopher wire on, built an irrigation system and all these bamboo trellises. And now everything we started directly from seed we had to put in before we leave town. So let's go take a look and we'll check it in a week, see how big it is. So over here we have little tomato starts. Mixed variety of heirloom tomatoes. Hopefully one of them will be a golden cherry to climb up. It was really hard to keep track. We'll have to learn how to do that better next year. And along the edges we have all this basil that we direct seeded that should help deter pests, and if it survives it'll be really nice for pesto. In our next bed we have tiny little peppers. Hopefully they will survive. And a little bit of basil. Some of it direct seeded, some of it that we started inside. And along the edge here we have some sunflowers that I'm hoping will get big enough for some snap peas to climb up them. We'll experiment. Next here we have a little eggplant. At the bottom there, that's a nasturtium flower that's nice for salads and it helps deter some pests. The eggplants are really tiny. Hopefully they'll survive. And at the end here we have some more sunflowers and a few peas, snap peas that is. We also have some bunch onions that I direct seeded. They're also supposed to help deter pests. We try to do as much co-planting as possible. Now in this bed we have radishes co-planted along the sides and a few nasturtiums. And then in the middle mounds we have some pickling cucumbers. Along the edge we have some snap peas and a sunflower in the corner there. And lastly, we have radishes again along the edge. And some zucchinis. That one my mom bought. The rest of these we all started from seed. They were struggling, but I think they're gonna survive. Along the edge, like we do, we have snap peas. Well guys, thanks for watching, and we'll check back in a week and see how they do. Hello, here we are a week later. Let's go check out how much growth we have. So the tomatoes not only stayed alive while we were gone, but they're actually growing, doing quite well. Some of the basil that sprouted from seed is doing quite well as also. So here's an eggplant, maybe a pepper. It's supposed to be a pepper here. And the basil along the edge. This stuff doesn't seem like it's grown much at all. That pepper is still tiny. Hopefully it's growing some roots and not just permanently stunted. Sunflowers are growing nicely, getting a little bit eaten by something. So same story with the eggplants. They're not really, don't look like they've grown at all, but they are still alive. So that's good. And along the edges of the bed, the nasturtiums and basil are doing well. On the other side, all these bunch onions are doing quite nicely. And these sunflowers are doing great. They've grown quite a bit. In our next bed here, what's really exciting along the edges is that we have harvestable radishes. The impatient gardener's food. And some of these cucumbers have grown a little bit. Some of these are sort of fading away. I've learned that this drip system is really exact, so you really need to plant the seedlings really close to the drip. And that sunflower is doing nice, and these peas are coming up. We have more radishes that are doing great along the edges. And this zucchini is doing very well. And same story over here. Some of them are doing really well, and others are struggling a little bit. This zucchini seems to be doing great, and the peas are climbing up pretty well. Thanks for watching.
So, welcome to our greenhouse. This is where we start all our seeds and propagate all our little seedlings. Let's go inside. So we start all our seeds in little trays like this. We're using an organic seedling mix. We go through and put one seed in each cell. We have our peppers and eggplants on heat mats this year because it's fairly cold at night. That just helps us get better germination.